Hey, so can we talk a little bit about my dad? Um, you guys have known from the last few video posts that sorry, what the hell? It's like an eyelash. Sorry. You guys know that from the last few video posts that my dad has been in the hospital for just over a month, coming up on a month and a half, maybe give or take. And it's been really, really hard. It's been really, really stressing. So today we got some news from the hospital, and while I want to be happy. I want to be ecstatic. I am hoping. I am praying. I am wishing for the best possible outcome for my dad and for my family. I could not help but be super fucking frustrated today. So the hospital called and they were giving my mom details about what was going on with my dad, and it was very vague, for lack of a better word. It was very vague. And for this specific condition, like I told you guys before, it's not COVID. It's a lot. It's a lot of other things. My dad, when he went into the hospital initially, it was because he was having heart attacks nearly every day, and no one knew, which is crazy. I honestly thought a heart attack just hits you. I thought it just hits you, and then that's what it is. But his was building up, and he was feeling the effects of it. So going from there to being heavily sedated to having open heart surgery to being where he is now, like he's alert and he's talking, and he's doing well. Like, he was fussing with the doctors the other day. He was getting back to being his grumpy old man self. And while that is gonna be frustrating as fuck when he comes home, I'm really happy to hear that my daddy is getting back to the man that he was, that he is. That means that there is still some fight left in him, and I'm still really, really happy about that. But what frustrated me today was that the doctors were being very vague about one of his conditions, a multitude of conditions, and like I said before, it's not COVID, but one of his conditions they can't give us any real answers about, and it's starting to frustrate me. He has been in this hospital, like I said, for just about a month and a half, and we've been vaguely talking about this condition for the longest time, and no one has been able to pinpoint the where, the what, to the hows about it, and it's starting to piss me off. This is supposed to be one of the best hospitals, and I don't know if he is now currently on a ward he where other patients don't have loved ones, concerned for them, or have the wives of their loved ones calling up every single day, multiple times a day, to get answers and figure out what's going on. But we're that family. My mom is that wife. My mom is that woman. And she needs to know everything. So my mom is constantly on the phone, constantly trying to get answers, constantly relaying things to us. And then today's news, it was just like early in the day, it was great. But then towards the middle of the afternoon, it was just kind of bleak. And I got pissed off because you can't keep telling me these vague ass details without telling me what's really going on. Like, I understand this man is a patient to you, but that's my father. We may not always get along, but that's my dad. And I'll be damned if you're just gonna try to push him off to the sidelines. Who the fuck are you? I feel like you can see the escalation and the frustration. But yeah, I was just like I was really, really frustrated. And I was talking to my sister, my niece, and my nephew about like my frustrations, because you guys are trying to, I don't know if you're trying to reassure me. I don't know what what it is that you guys are trying to do, but the vagueness and you not figuring out what's going on with him is really starting to stress me out. It stresses me out because I still need him. I still want him. I want to rebuild this relationship. I want us to have what we had when I was a little kid. And I understand that that can probably never happen again, and I've accepted that. But I know in the end of it that he knows that I love him, and I know that I love him. But I want to be able to show it to him, And I don't think that I will be able to, especially if I keep getting these vague ass answers from people. no. It was just really weird. It was really. It's 11:11. It's 11:12 when it stopped. So yeah, I was really frustrated.